G'day, Bitcoiners. That did not take long. Bitcoin pumped to $64,000 overnight before crashing all the way back down to $61,000. It has hit all-time highs. Here in Australia, we had a daily God candle. That was 10K happen in 24 hours. Bitcoiners, you're amazing, you're psycho, and $250,000 is now in play. We're going to dive into it, jumping straight into the numbers. Let's hit refresh. This has come down the tiniest. This is Australian dollars. This is the chart that I brought up to show you. We'll compare it with the USD. So let's have a look. 61,128. We can see in the past 24 hours here we have, there's actually 64,000, but 63,636 is what they're saying. 11.4% off the all-time high. Keep those numbers in mind. If we jump over to Australia, we're sitting at 94,184. Last night, we hit, while I was sleeping, 97,930. Our old all-time high was 93,500 AUD. Bye-bye. Fiat is melting against Bitcoin, especially the Australian dollar. It's hit all-time highs so many places around the world, and we are just getting started. Something I've been a little bit irresponsible with you on this channel, we'll dive into. With that, I probably couldn't have said it any more politely. Fiat is absolutely wrecked. This was yesterday before I went to bed. Bitcoin is 3.5% off all-time highs here in Australia, 15% from the USD high. AUD, the Australian dollar, has lost 11.5% against the US dollar since 2021. All fiat is going to zero against Bitcoin. The worst thing about that is the USD has lost 20% of its purchasing power since 2021. Crazy, hey? Absolutely crazy. We are winning. And now are we allowed to use the term face melting? HODL, 80 IQ, Patriot, BlackRock. This was Monday, Tuesday. They had a second consecutive record-breaking day with over 1.3 billion in trading volume. We covered this yesterday, but wait, there's more. The world's largest asset manager, iShares Bitcoin, also saw a record net inflow on Tuesday. The fund's total Bitcoin holdings have now surpassed $141,000. And then we come over to today. Eric Bellahanis. I know you love it when I say it like that. Geez, only halfway through the trading day and the new 9 Bitcoin ETFs have already broken their all-time daily volume record with over $2.6 billion in flows. We got 4 Bitcoin ETFs in the top 20. IBIT is number 4 overall. 4 Bitcoin ETFs in the top 20. This is insane. It's going to trade more today than in its first 2 weeks combined. This is officially a craze. Over the years, I've developed unofficial terms for ETF SHT. Example, when there's a grassroots explosion of activity and ETFs start to break loose like this. I start with frenzy, move on to craze, and last stop is mania. If we're only in the craze or the frenzy, and then we go into a craze and then a mania, are you prepared? Have you been holding on? How have I been irresponsible? Maybe we haven't gotten the message out to buy, to be able to stack, to be able to chill as much as possible. It's gotten away so quickly. It was down for so long. Hopefully everyone had their big boy and big girl pants on. They absolutely stacked, made the most of it. Do we get a little bit of correction? Maybe, maybe not. Up, down, and sideways. Yesterday, I had to smash the green button. I was trying to time the local top. I didn't do it because it punched higher. I did get it at about $94,000 Australian, and it's just under. It's roughly about where it was now. I was trying to time the top and then it continues to pump. You can't time this thing, ladies and gentlemen. It just keeps going through the roof. And I get that the coverage is relentless and probably annoying to some. I think it's only annoying to the people that don't own any Bitcoin or they know they didn't do enough. Shout out to everyone that is watching live in the chat. We will jump in. Just a quick shout out to Austin, Gargoyle, G Squared, Amps BTC, Tony Love, Jerry Solar's in the house, Mike Diesel Kane. Yous are all legends. Shout out, smash the like button, and let's get onto it. It would be like asking a scientist not to get obsessed with Haley's comment or something. Bitcoin is the news. There is no second best. We have won. Yous have done incredibly well to be here to front run Wall Street. If you're just here in the 2024 class of Bitcoin, absolutely welcome to you. Hold on. Bitcoin moves about 10 days a year and then does very little. This week is a good indication of that slowly, then suddenly, and then you get the bit of twisted. Unfortunately, Peter Schiff, he's a very smart man, but does not like Bitcoin. The most likely explanation for the weakness in the gold stocks is that investors are selling them to buy the Bitcoin ETFs instead. That means Bitcoin has basically become a bet against gold. It's just because it's better, Peter. So when gold inevitably breaks out, hasn't done real well lately. Anyway, the money to buy gold stocks will come from the Bitcoin ETFs. Cope. Whatever makes them feel good. I know a lot of people are checking in on Peter Schiff. Same with Gareth Soloway. Gareth Soloway, it sounds like he is dipping his toes back into the water. Don't short Bitcoin. Don't bet against Bitcoin. We know all these things. This is why we're here, ladies and gentlemen, because we have won. Bitcoin, it's been around for about 15 years. It's going to accelerate, not slow down. With Bitcoin ETFs, the entire tonnage of the US capital markets can easily invest for the first time. This is the CEO of Bitwise, BitB. They're doing massive things within the ETF space. The small people are taking on the big people on Wall Street. Whether we like the ETF or not, that's beside the point. It's Bitcoin is so equal that the little guys can take on the big guys. I absolutely love it. Anyway, there are no new features to wait for. Price discovery is underway. It can move quickly. And it's moving quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a really fun fact that you probably wouldn't believe at first. This is Checkmate. He will be at Bitcoin Alive. This is March 22nd, 23rd in Sydney here in Australia. If you're there, make sure you say g'day. I really look forward to that. Anyway, Bitcoin had added $800 billion in market cap since the 1st of January 2023. The market cap was just $320 billion at the start of last year and has since hit $1.2 trillion, baby, becoming the 10th largest asset in the world. Your friends, your family, this is the time where you start getting those calls. Hey, are you still doing that Bitcoin thing? Can you help me out a little bit? Like, where were you guys at 20K, 17K, 15K? The whole time, 32K, 40K, 50K. We're at $60,000 now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still pushing the green button, making the most of it. But this opportunity for people to get fabulously wealthy, unless they're already starting with high capital, you've beat them. You've done really, really well. That's the power of Bitcoin. You either get humbled, you either be humble or it humbles you. Real quick shout out to today's sponsor. If you still have the Bitcoin on the exchange, reach out to the Bitcoin Way. They can help take your security to the next level. Safety and Moose, the author of the Bitcoin Standard, also endorses the Bitcoin Way. They can help you set up cold storage, run your own node, keeping your Bitcoin private, planning for the future, using multisig and so much more. The team, they'll never touch your private keys or your coins. They can just help take that security to the next level. The first 30 minutes is free. You can reach out. I've made it super easy with the link below at the top of the description. Just go in there, book, talk to the team, Tony and the guys. They can help you out, get it sorted. It's actually gotten really, really serious when you wake up and you make what people would make in a whole year worth of working in 24 hours. You want to protect this thing. You want to look after this thing. Now, got a couple of videos to show you, but a good message from Michael Saylor first. Stay humble and stack sats. That's all we need to do is we need to buy, we need to stack, and we need to chill. And that's it. And probably continue doing that from now and definitely, because we do see Fiat is a melting ice cube. Bitcoin is going to get super volatile. Let's just check out the price here on the block clock. It wasn't loading yesterday or today very proper, but it looks like we're getting there. 832,441 local time, 5:46 a.m. 60,817 USD per BTC. We'll double check that price, but sats per dollar up here, 1,644. 2 weeks ago, it was above 1,900 Satoshis. Last week, 1,800 Satoshis. The start of this week, 1,700 Satoshis, 1,600 Satoshis per USD. Still a good deal. For every $10,000, you will still get 16,420. The 420 number, it's probably the date of the halving. Most likely it's looking to line up like that. You can still get 16,000 Satoshis for every $10 of Fiat. I've got a better name for it, but I'm trying to be good here. Make the most of it. We do see the next halving under 8,000 blocks away. It's this little number here. You probably can't see it, but it's 7,559. Last block reward, 6.89%. That's all gravy, baby. Make the most of it because it's just TikTok. Next block, this is the mempool being filled. Let's get at it. Now, I've got a couple of videos. This here in Australia, it didn't age well because the price just moves so quick, but we're going to see this more and more. And they're flipping out. Anyone that didn't buy it, all over the news. This is the time. Well, we've still got a little bit. We still need it to hit all-time highs in the US. That could happen by the end of the week. Maybe we get a bit of a crash, a bit of a dip. It comes back down. Wow, maybe we get that red button. I would absolutely love it. But I had fun trying to time the top yesterday. I wish I made it anyway. Once that happens, the news starts going crazy. That's when you start getting people in. It's nothing. We're not even at the halving yet. What's the? I did not expect this. Truly expected around 45 to 55K at the halving. Maybe we're 60 plus. Maybe we're above all-time highs. It's still quite a while away. It's nearly 2 months. Anyway, let's listen to this broadcaster here on ABC News.
Bitcoin hit 55,000 US dollars today for the first time in 2 years, ahead of next month's halving. That's where Bitcoin miners get half as many Bitcoins for the expenditure of a given amount of computing power and electricity. It was pre-programmed to happen every 4 years when the cryptocurrency was invented in 2008, so it keeps getting scarcer. The halving on April the 19th will be the fourth, and the price has always gone for a decent run before and after every halving.
It's gone for a decent run before and after. Bitcoin's been on a decent run since its inception for the last 15 years. I think over the last 10 years, it's compounded about 70% per year, year in, year out. Compounded. That's extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary. Yes, we can pick the time frames. Anyone that bought at old all-time highs in 2021, their day is about to come. If they are here in Australia when they did it, well, congratulations, God candle. That's the power of Bitcoin. Slowly then suddenly it is happening. This is Lemon Squeeze. Didn't BlackRock have a digital asset seminar this past weekend? Stephen Lubka has posted a post out there we'll dive into soon. Is it safe to say the message received loud and clear? That could explain IBIT, maybe, but Fidelity, Bitwise, and Vesco, ARX, Bitcoin ETFs have all broken their personal volume record today's too, and it's not even 1 p.m. To quote Buffalo Springfield, there's something happening here. Let's go. Slowly then suddenly. This was yesterday. I bought Bitcoin 5 minutes ago. Did you, Anon? G'day, Bitcoin. Stack, buy, and chill. That's the message of the show. Just enjoy it. We're going to see more and more articles like this. Shout out for sharing this with me in my DMs. I won't name you just in case you don't want to be named. Truly appreciate you sharing this. Can't get the title here, but news.com.au. Bitcoin surged past $86,000 again on Tuesday night as it closes on its all-time high price of $93K in 2021. So Tuesday night, Wednesday night, go to sleep and it hits $97,000 Australian. So it smashed the all-time high very, very convincingly and still holding above it, yeah? Let's have a look. It's above the old all-time high, but not above the new all-time high. Anyway, carrying on with this. Cryptocurrency advocates are understandably in a frenzy. We're not crazy, bro. It's just our day of reckoning. all the conviction that paid off. We've been stacking, we've been chilling, putting up with FUD from friends, family, the media, the war on crypto, Operation Choke Point 2.0, and we have won. Absolutely well done to you, ladies and gentlemen. We need to make the most of these moments because we've got a video of Lizzie Dizzy attacking continuously. She can't stop. This lady cannot stop. Anyway, crypto advocates are understandably in a frenzy. Yeah, let's go with it. I'm in a frenzy. It's a good time, up, down, or sideways. I'm still in a frenzy. All doubters all but wrote off the revolutionary asset when it dipped below 25,000 in 2022. Aren't they kicking themselves now? Well, I was too expensive. Oh, 30K, I'm going to wait for 25K. 40K, I'm going to wait for 30K. They keep saying it one day, one day, one day. That one day never comes. It's like tomorrow. It is Fugazi. Anyway, Peter Bryant, an analyst with over 4 decades of experience tracking market trends, says the party is far from over for crypto nuts, predicting it could peak at US 200K, which is 305,000 AUD next year. Whole lot of dirty fiat. Anyway, others say Bitcoin, often referred to as the internet's gold, could eclipse the real life gold market in years to come. Putting a prediction out, I have 99.999% conviction. Personally, you do your own research, study Bitcoin. I have 99.999% conviction Bitcoin will take over gold. It's not if, but when, in my opinion. Just really quickly, if you haven't already read it, Bitcoin Evangelism, such a good book. Brian Demon, he is in Bitcoin Madeira. If you're there, he's got his new book, Parallel Economy. You can get it signed by the author. Knut will be there and the other person that helped write the book as well. Get their 3 signatures, enjoy the book, start with this book, then read that book. It's a good one. I've made it super easy. There's a link in the description. This is the gift to give to friends and family that are like, what is this Bitcoin thing? Or, hey, I want to buy Bitcoin. Be like, whoa, 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 that's great. Mum, dad, sister, brother, father-in-law, whoever it is, that's great. I'd love you to buy Bitcoin, but you need to read the books first, so you're going to end up eating the bugs, because if it takes that little bit of a dip, they sell and they've lost the revolution. Even if they're to buy the top of the cycle, they just need to wait 4 years. Anyway, purists in the finance world, the purists in the finance world, Peter Schiff warned investors against dumping their life savings to what is still a very new asset that is about as temperamental as Melbourne's weather. Yeah, Melbourne's weather, if you don't know, is absolute garbage all the time. Be pretty interesting. We are going down there in May to look at some property. However, the weather may not be totally for me to live there full time. Anyway, we'll see, because it's super beautiful around there, but their weather is really bad. It's like 4 seasons in a day, every day, and it goes from hot to horrible to wet and horrible. Controversy after controversy has seriously affected the cryptocurrency market. The crash of the Terra Luna cryptocurrency, the bankruptcy of crypto exchange, FTX and Binance had to pay over $1 billion in legal fees. Nothing about the banks in here. People still use the banks. How many billions and 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 billions of dollars has Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan had to pay in fines? It's many billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars if you weren't caught up on that and you didn't understand those billions of dollars. Anyway, one person who'd pay $1 billion in legal fees. Okay. Macroeconomic uncertainty persists, heightened by political turmoil in the US. Well, it's everywhere. It's not going to stop. We need to get rid of them, and Bitcoin is that option, at least to be self-sovereign. The kleptocracy, I think that's the right word. They're not going away, but at least you have the power and the self-sovereign rights of your own person over them, and at least over your money supply, potentially dampening broader market participation, Miss Bowler added. But for many, especially its early adopters, it's the philosophy behind cryptocurrency that drives its success. Now, Julian Linger featured here on news.com.au. What a guy. What happened yesterday? BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, highest inflow ever. And then they had another day and another day. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, lowest outflow ever. Bitcoin plus 10%, probably nothing. Inverse Kramer, Bitcoin is up 41% since. And this is in reply to Jim Cramer, Jan 22nd, just on the 22nd of January. Imagine if you're like, okay, Jim's been so wrong the whole time. Every call in regards to Bitcoin, we're just going to ignore him. we're going to ignore him forever and ever and ever and be like, okay, he's gotten it so wrong for so long. Maybe he needs to get it right once. I'm going to take that trade, the 22nd of January, 2024. I'm going to listen to Jim Cramer. Unlikely Bitcoin finds its footing. Let's sell it all and we're going to buy lower. And then what happens? We're at $61,000. Don't listen to Jim. Don't try trade it. Obviously, you need to do you. Have a plan. Write it down. Get prepared. God candle happened last night here in Australia, and it's so close in the States, and it's going to happen. And then maybe we do get that Omega candle, maybe we don't. It depends on the hyperinflation, in my opinion. But when we see Bitcoin moving this quickly, this is nothing, ladies and gentlemen. It's just another day at the moment. We haven't seen anything yet. And how excited is this? You deserve to be excited. We've won. Anyway. Thanks very much, Jim. Don't listen to Jim. That's advice. Please do not listen to Jim. If you take anything away, he's entertaining, he's funny, he's great on Bitcoin Twitter, he's great for content, entertainment purposes, not for education. The dude is, I don't know if he's like a paid spook or something and he's there just to destroy people. I don't know who his masters are. Anyway, on top of making a quick buck, cryptocurrency offers people a viable alternative to banks with privacy concerns. Of course it does. And that's why the banks don't like it, especially Jamie Dimon. But maybe it's Dimon himself that's pumped Bitcoin with his $115 million that he sold of stock, was it last week? And he's like, yeah, all right, let's just bang it into Bitcoin. Wouldn't surprise me. I'm not saying that's happened, but it just wouldn't surprise me anyway. With privacy concerns growing now increasingly, digital world, Bitcoin and its lesser known cousins are growing in popularity for the unique service they provide over regular finance. So when I got this video, there is a couple of FUD pieces in there. I just ignore it. Bitcoin up, down, and sideways, it'll happen. They're going to continue to keep putting out these attacks. But maybe Satoshi is Ninja Man, and he's going to keep these parasites away from us. Maybe not. Ninja Man's definitely not Satoshi. We all know that, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway. The war, what I'm getting at is the war is not stopping. Evil, absolutely evil, insidious, Lizzie Dizzy. I mean, Senator Elizabeth Warren, respect where there's no respect from me for this because it's all lies, misinformation, propaganda, programming, a distortion on the truth. Anyway, she is on the war path. Hashtag opt out and hashtag we're winning. Let's see what she has to say. This is from the other day. I saw it and I'm like, nah, I'm not going to listen to it because it's so hard, the things that come out of her mouth. Anyway, enjoy this one. It's a banger.
I want to collaborate with the industry. What I don't understand is why the industry seems to be saying that the only way that they can survive is if there's plenty of space for the drug traffickers and the human traffickers.
Somebody could remix that real cool with Lizzie Dizzy and Jamie Dimon, drug traffickers, human traffickers, money laundering. I know there's one with Jamie Dimon, but to have these two mixed in there, they're just reading off the same list. Look, you can see she's reading off her notes. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, and the terrorists.
And the ransomware. Of course, of course,
and the
of course.
Consumer scammers and the rogue nations. North Korea that is financing about half of its nuclear missile program with
She got
crypto.
community notice. She got community noted on that. It's all lies. Anyway, sorry for interrupting you, Lizzie Dizzy. It's my apologies.
But all of that has to be left open. You know, keep in mind, in our financial system, pretty much everybody follows the same set of rules. I'm talking banks and credit unions and credit card companies, gold traders and stockbrokers. Private equity now has to follow the rules. Precious metal dealers, Venmo, Western Union, but not crypto. My view of the world is same kind of activity, same kind of risk, should have the same regulation.
Regulation, that's fine, but the regulation is so old it needs to be updated, not your gatekeeping BS. And I think Gargoyle sums it up best. What a waste of good air, windbag, blah, blah, blah. Crypto Gator, fart bag, Dave you, aliens are buying Bitcoin, Daddy Osho makes me want to puke. I'll stop it there. I actually feel the same. I was actually so hesitant to click on this video the other day and just listen to the nonsense that spouts out. Anyway, we've clearly won. When you have Lizzie Dizzy, and this has happened for quite a while here, she was so against the banks, and then they started paying her. We showed you the video, we got the receipts on the channel, where she was being filmed walking out of a private jet when she fights for climate change, when she fights for fair. She's just fighting for whoever is paying her, and she'll just say whatever she wants to say. Absolutely disgusting, despicable behavior. Yeah, anyway, Gareth Soloway. So this is a guy that's dipping his toes back in the water, who was telling people to short Bitcoin over and over and over again. I think like 40% price gains he missed out on anyway. Wouldn't be listening to him in regards to Bitcoin, and I was hesitant to bring this up, but we talked about this yesterday from other sources. So I just want us to go easy on Gareth for stuffing up majorly, and we'll just give him a little bit of kudos this one, because he's probably feeling really bad. And Gareth, this is your health check. This is the good energy, man. We hope you're feeling really good. Stop wrecking your followers with your nonsense advice. But Bezos, Diamond, Zuckerberg and others are dumping stock in their own companies at record levels. Common sense tells us it isn't because they think the economy is going to be fine or their stock is undervalued. Keep that in mind. Volatility, sure. What happens? Probably money printing, and what happens with money printing? Bitcoin price skyrockets. But it is happening. A lot of people, we saw Jamie Dimon the other day as well, sell a lot of money. So something is going on. Couple of things happened with Coinbase as well that I saw on X. We brought up that they weren't allowing people to get their Celsius Bitcoin into cold storage, being held for 1 to 2 months. Now what we're also seeing is, I saw it and I don't know whether it's a fake tweet or not, everything in their Coinbase account has gone. They said the F word, but maybe it's all gone into cold storage, would be my bet, knowing who they are. However, don't leave your Bitcoin on the exchange is the message there. And stocks, it's all a Ponzi scheme. Real estate's a Ponzi scheme. Bitcoin, world's hardest, scarcest asset, you've won. Fidelity, they're even recommending a 1 to 3% crypto allocation in their portfolio, the gateway drug. What happens when that 1 to 3% becomes 3 to 6%? Slowly then, suddenly, even 1 to 3% is phenomenal. And we're going to get into an article very shortly of Stephen Lubka when they're at the BlackRock shareholders meeting. Now, Hunter Horsley, again, the CEO of Bitwise. Now, this commitment to driving shareholder value. The Kellogg CEO suggests people should eat cereal for dinner to save money. This is the fiat economy here. This is what happens when people live on a fiat standard. And no disrespect, I've been in that place in my life. I understand what it's like to live week to week, or even day to day, or moment to moment at some places, times in my life. So not about the people that are eating the cereal, but this guy trying to capitalize on it, that's sick in and of itself. But the real problem stems from they printed so much money, they've decimated people's savings, their purchasing power. It's absolutely disgusting. The only hope, it's one wearing the shirt, is because Bitcoin is hope. The only hope's Bitcoin. And so we've won this. Why it's so important now than ever before. The numbers are nice, I get it. It's going up. It's not really about that. It's about having Satoshis, being able to store that wealth, your human energy that you've expended, to be able to store it over time and look after your future and your future's future. I brought that up. I brought up something else earlier, but just records day after day. Price follows price. So now 28%. So this is from Stephen Lubka. Swan attended a BlackRock institutional event where there was strong interest that was not expected. They had a quant give a presentation on valuing and modeling Bitcoin in a portfolio. When they say they had a quant give a presentation, I'm not sure whether this is Swan Bitcoin had a quant or BlackRock had a quant, but it happened at the BlackRock institutional event. So he suggested what type of allocations might make sense for an investor. And remember, this is geared at more conservative institutional investors. The number he suggested, just a measly 28%. Nothing, chump change, 28%. They're being told at a BlackRock institutional event, whether that was by Swan said that or Swan just picked it up while they were there and heard it from BlackRock actually telling the institutional clients who are conservative. 28%. We have so won. 28%, 1 to 3% is huge money. They've got a lot of assets under management. Now, Andrew Sorkin, hey, I wonder how he's feeling with his non-existent Bitcoin holdings, or do you reckon he holds it? I don't know. Like, these people that talk about it, it comes up year after year, day after day. Aren't they so dumb not to buy it? I don't think he's a dumb person. He's not unintelligent. I don't know. I'd like to know whether he actually does or not. He rails against it pretty convincingly, though. We'll listen to this. This is obviously feels like an eternity ago. It was the other day, 56,925.
On Bitcoin, he's been a lot less correct. We're looking at $56,925 on Bitcoin. We're now, what, about a month and a half, 2 months after these exchange-traded funds have been up and running and approved. Sort of walk through the math of where you think this all goes.
Just really quickly for people watching in regards to Coinbase, Raven is saying there, Coinbase went down today, balance at 0, but that was just the pleb counter. You know, the OTC counter didn't go down. It's not a surprise, really, is it? Regardless of whether it's intentional or not, please get your Bitcoin off the exchange. Truly, it's more important now than ever before, and this is just the start. Actually, take control of the bearer asset. That's the revolution, to be able to hold it. Put in those 24 words, 12 words, go 24 words. I know it's a little bit excessive, but it's the right thing to do, or 25 words as well. Put on a bit of steel minimum. You can go titanium, cedar, or whatever. Do your best. Don't leave it on exchange, because when you want to move it, potentially if you want to sell it, if it's on the exchange and they go down because the price is absolutely pumping, maybe not the best option. Anyway, I appreciate you getting that one out there, Raven. I'll hand it back.
Well, I mean, the first thing I would say, though, and, you know, because I know Jamie does listen to your show, hopefully he catches this segment, I would just ask him to please do more homework, because people like Paul Tudor Jones or Stan Druckenmiller or somebody like Larry Fink, who's actually done the homework, were perhaps negative on Bitcoin prior to doing the homework. Andrew, it's a one-way ticket towards Bitcoin if you actually do the homework to fully understand the asset. But specifically, if you look at the last 14 years, you usually get a quadruple after a halving. And so Bitcoin right now is
a quadruple after the halving. You usually get a quadruple after the halving. We're not even at the halving. We're nearly at all-time highs. So we've got someone in the chat. I don't know if they're trolling, ill-informed. They just have not read the Bitcoin books and they want to eat the bugs. What should I buy right now? It looks like everyone in the comments has probably got the right answer. We have Raven saying Bitcoin. I said Bitcoin. Ordinalex says, really? This is happening in the live chat right now. Lloyd, buy Bitcoin. Michael, Bitcoin. GG, Bitcoin. Tony Love, Bitcoin. Restream said, congratulations, you received 100 messages today. Shout out to everyone there. Jim Kramer says, Bitcoin will... Oh, no, Jim Kramer. Most cryptos are rug pull. Feel free to gamble, though you may get lucky. Bitcoin only, bit by bit. With the multiplier effect north of 50, we could end up at $1 million. Mate, it sounds like you need to study Bitcoin, read the books, please. It's moving quick. Maybe we get a little bit of down after this massive up. I wouldn't be trying to time it, be making the most of it. Getting into that altcoin casino, maybe you get lucky. Well done to you if you do. But it's the difference between being rich and being insanely wealthy. And anyway, Anthony Scaramucci saying Jamie Dimon has not done his homework. He should have paid more attention. He's absolutely stuffed up. But we see JP Morgan changing their tune just a little bit. Inverse Kramer there in the chat. Peter Schiff, I'll bring this up real quick. Don't make the mistake of buying that Bitcoin below $3,800 is a bargain. thinking that buying Bitcoin below 3.8 is a bargain just because the current price is better than 80% below its record. Anyone that listened to Peter here, absolutely decimated. We can see here that the market cap at the moment, 1.19, nearly hitting that $1.2 trillion there. Now, shout out to everyone in the live chat watching the replay. That's the news with the fast facts. If you can do me one favor, smash the like button. I've got a huge amount of comments to catch up on from yesterday. If you leave a comment, I will get back to you. So go crazy, which is I've already done. Truly appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit subscribe if we vibe. That's the news. Now let's get into the comment section. Have a little bit of a banner. Stack and chill or easy bugs. It's ironic that after last night's rocket ship, I've onboarded 3 people in the morning. I actually am not surprised because the price gets people excited. The FOMO, it's insane. But it's something about the big green button there in the background. They just love it. It's like a fly trap. They just come into it and then they push it. And then maybe it goes a little bit red and then they sell and then it just pumps up as well. So when it's real pumpy, it can be a little bit dumpy as well, but the higher the price, because people get in there. It's human psychology. It's insane. So for everyone that's buying and pushing the red button, well done. You got your conviction. If you're pushing the green button, well done. But if you're orange pilling people now, give them all the Bitcoin books. Get them to read the books, listen to podcasts, because we don't want them to just be here as tourists. This is about looking out 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Jan Morgan, hit the likes, humiliate the like button, like the channel. Yous are all good. GW, new name for Coinbase, Crashbase, Peter Schiff, and the finance equivalent to the wrestling heel. I have no idea what the wrestling heel is. I will Google it. Sounds like high heels on wrestlers or something, which would be insanely dangerous and a little bit weird. So it sort of makes a little bit of sense relating that to Peter Schiff. I know I'm way off base with whatever you're referring to, but that was the image that happens. Now, life of a 40-something, shout out. Where is everyone coming from as well today? Let us know there in the chat. Peter makes so much for interviews and debates. He'll never change his views. Stack and chill. It's why would people hold anything else other than Bitcoin? A lack of education and information and maybe time as well to be able to disseminate and to be able to integrate that information would be my opinion. Saw Merchant Consensus in Austin, buy Bitcoin, Eric Bitcoin, rock and roll. Phil, Diesel, give me a wrench. Wow, getting upset. That might have been in regards to Lizzie Doozy. I'm just speculating. They need to get regulated for the governments, so the governments can keep robbing people's monetarily. Every lord complains if they lose the control over its slaves. 100%. DBOYD, Bow Hype, something like that. My apologies, brother. Hi, g'day, Bitcoin Sean. You're amazing. I love your content. I appreciate that. Don't bring up nonsense in my chat. Man, if you want to be a degen, go into a degen channel. Have fun with that. Maybe you get lucky, and I hope you do. Well done. Congratulations to you. Just keep it Bitcoin only in the chat. It would be greatly appreciated. Go be a degen. Do whatever you want. It's your life. It's your choice. It's all a scam. It's all narrative building. Have fun. Don't bring it up again. Average Geo, Eastern Tennessee, USA in the house. Wet and windy, Wales. Sending my good vibes to you down under. Rexona, Habib, we're going to have a great time. Bitcoin Alive, Sydney, let's go. This is the first time that is held in a bull run. Can't wait. It's going to be super exciting. Believe there's a discount link below. Use it or not, I don't care. Why not get cheap Satoshis? And Chris, the organizer of Bitcoin Alive, his name's Lunge Dog on X. I've already had him on for a video, but I will have him on next Wednesday, and I'll drop in the afternoon. We'll record a podcast, have a bit of a banner. I'll drop that next Saturday for you as well. On Friday, we have CJ Constantinos coming on, talking about the debt spiral. Obviously, we can talk about Bitcoin's face melting, ripping gains that are happening So we'll talk about that. We've got Opti coming on next Wednesday as well from Simply Bitcoin. Chris from Cedar on Thursday. Co-host will be on tomorrow, Rory Saylor. Shout out to you, bro. Let us know what time you're watching the live or the replay. Right now, it's block height 832,444. Let us know what block you're watching the stream at. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. You're all legends. Well done for changing your life, being here before the pump. Bitcoin, pump it up. We have won. Remember, it can get a little bit volatile. Who cares? Make the most of the red button. If it does appear, green button. I tried to buy the top yesterday. Might need to try again today. We'll wait for it. We'll get ready. We'll try, trigger, and nail it for a little bit of fun. Anyway, have a beautiful day. We'll see you tomorrow. Be blessed. Do something nice. Peace.